Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be listening to Home Free's cover of Helplessly Hoping. So, I have not heard the original. I have not heard Home Free's version, so this is a brand new experience for me, and it was highly recommended from all of you. So I'm just really excited to jump into it, and I hope you guys are too. So without any delay, let's just jump into it.
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, awaiting a word, gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit. He runs,
Oh my gosh!
wishing he could fly, only to trip at the sound of goodbye. Wordlessly watching, he waits by the window and wonders at the empty place inside.
Yeah!
Heartlessly helping himself to her bad dreams, he worries. Did he hear a goodbye?
These harmonies.
Or even hello? They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other.
Oh my gosh.
Stand by the stairway, you'll see something certain to tell you. Confusion has its cost.
Oh.
Love isn't lying, it's loose in a lady who lingers, saying she is lost and choking on hello. Two alone, they are three together, they are for each other.
Oh my gosh. Magic. Oh, chills, dude. Why do I not have 20 minutes of that? Something that I love about just choral music, not even just a cappella group style music, but specifically music that was arranged for large groups of people and are just voices. So it is a cappella, but not in the sense of small intimate groups. When you have vowels, you're just singing on vowels, and you have these cluster chords of a bunch of different notes and dissonant harmonies that just move one part at a time, or move together, but in different ways that just create really powerful dissonances up until you reach the end of a musical cadence where it either resolves itself or leaves a certain level of intrigue that is yet to be desired. I love the fact that Adam was singing with them. It didn't need any beatboxing. Even though I obviously love it, it's in pieces like this where the voices just flow so naturally. And Tim's bass notes were not forced upon, even though I love listening to powerful bass and subharmonic bass. I love just hearing those gentle splashes of the bass, just rounding everything out, providing a strong foundation for the rest of the group. Oh, dude, I still have chills after listening. Like, they just haven't gone away. Oh, that was so lovely. Let me just say that unison at the beginning and their cutoffs were so clean, and just, oh my gosh. Let's just jump into this analysis. I'm so eager for this.
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers near.
Immediately, not having an but where it's still very forward and it still is an American R, but it's not really being bitten down on. It's more open, it's more spacious. So you still get as much of a pure sound as possible, but still having your voice fit within the style of the music, which in this case is still that country southern aesthetic, and it's very well executed, and I really love that.
Hereby awaiting a word.
And the D was a very crisp D. Word, not word. Where the D would be kind of muddled. It was very clean. It wasn't duh. It wasn't attacked, but it was closed and let go immediately. And it was a very smooth transition and very good for allowing the next layer, which is this unison coming up, just to come in and not feel bizarre in any way. Like, it didn't feel like a cutoff. It felt like a good continuation and a good setup for future layering, and I love that.
Gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit. Here.
Oh, just how clean they are and how just so in sync they are. If you guys want my thoughts on unison, there's plenty of other videos on Home Free that I just go into deep, or plenty of other acapella things on my channel that I talk about in terms of unison. So I'm not gonna keep expressing how much I love this, but I really do.
Runs, wishing he could fly.
Fly, not fly, fly. Because fly is a diphthong, and a diphthong is where you have two different vowels on one particular syllable, like fly. Fly is one syllable. What I mean by that is you would have fla, I, fly. So when you hold on to that open but fit it within the style of country, a fly, more of a bright but it's still not E. You're not closing in on it. And to keep that open and consistent and to lead into the next musical cadence, it's just so tender and it's so gentle, and I love this. You're gonna hear me say how much I love this so often. Sorry.
To trip at the sound of goodbye.
Oh my gosh, those ahs are so consistent and they fit so well together, their voices. It's so easy to get lost in unisons because when you listen to someone else's voice, it's very easy to want to try to match them, and by doing that, your pitch can very easily go into quarter tone differences, either quarter tone sharp or flat. To match someone's timbre and to be dead center in the middle of the pitch with them, and to match their lip formation and their tongue positioning and to not have any tension in their body while singing it, all of that contributes to the sound that you produce. And for them to be just together is just wonderful. It really, really is. And talking on those just having those glottals, those right in that musical run there. So I'm not the biggest fan of doing glottals, especially when it's on one particular word, because to me it feels like you're chopping up the word into different pieces. But that being said, it's a stylistic choice. It contributes to what it is they're trying to emphasize about the entire sentence, musical sentence itself, and I can appreciate the choice. Musically, it's still not my favorite thing to hear, but that being said, I still really respect the choice, and the fact that they're all doing that together and it just sounds so clean and consistent, I still really appreciate that.
I wordlessly walk.
And just everybody doing that scoop in word, just all of them together. Oh my gosh, it's great.
Watching, he waits by the window and wonders.
Just everybody's closing the sound all together. Everybody's flowing their sound together. There's a slight drag where all of them are moving the piece. You cannot achieve this kind of perfect sync without arduous practice with your group. When I was in university in our top choir, we had countless rehearsals on the same piece, and every single performance that we did, we had a very extensive repertoire of music, ranging from all different types of styles. And outside of our 3-hour rehearsals, we had to take our music home with us all the time and practice everything that we were instructed in those rehearsals. And it was so complex and challenging, and I loved that aspect of the class because there were so many tiny details that you or the rest of your section had to execute very subtly, because that subtlety contributed to the absolute polish and refinement of the piece in and of itself that the director wanted. And the moment you mastered your part and brought it into the rehearsals, and you just hear everybody else performing their subtleties and their parts, magic happened. And if you see that same drive in everybody else, and you hear the byproduct of that arduous work that it took to create that kind of complex and enriching sound, there really is nothing else like it. But we could have never have gotten those subtleties and have mastered those very small closed consonants or slight dynamic changes, or the way we structured a musical sentence to flow that wasn't necessarily written into the music, but just the way that the director wanted the sound to flow. And something that I just really love about this piece is that you can hear the work that went into it. You can hear how challenging it was to nail these subtleties, to nail how to move the musical cadence, what vowels, what consonants were going to connect into the next word, into the next syllable, the next note, or the next few passing notes, neighboring notes. And I love it when you can hear the work from an artist, but they make it just seem so effortless. These are excellent musicians. I love listening to them.
At the empty place inside, heartlessly helping himself to her bad dreams, he worries. Did he hear a goodbye?
Oh, I love that a lot more. Just having that where it didn't feel so much like an glottal, but it was still disconnected. But this one felt like it had a little bit more of a connecting thread of bye, where even though they still had the E after the first run of bye, and they closed it off with the E and then went into the I again, it felt more like a loop transition. And that's not a real thing, it's just how I'm visualizing it, where you have that full cutoff, but it just seamlessly flows into the next one, and it flows so well, and it's so lovely.
Hello.
Their harmonies are so tight.
One person, they are two alone.
It's so good. It's so tight. So tight.
They are three together. They are four.
Oh, four. Just, oh my gosh, so wonderful.
Each other. Stand by the stairway. You'll see something certain to tell you.
Just touching those upper notes, it not overpowering, but it just flows. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps.
Confusion has its cost. Love isn't lying, it's loose in a lady who lingers, saying she is lost.
Oh, just that sustain. That is incredible, dude. Because when you have those cutoffs of la, this is what I really wanted right from the get-go, where you just have something sustaining in between those cuts, and to have that real, much more visible connecting thread. Just having something being sustained while there's some other textures playing on top of it. Oh my gosh, dude. It's tugs at my heartstrings, man.
And choking on hello. They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other.
Oh. Just immediately coming in on the same pitch. Oh, it's so difficult. Oh, and these chromaticisms. And a chromaticism is having just half steps between notes, like do, di, de, di, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, li, ti, do. Do, do. And just having those, each line individually moved by chromaticisms, it creates this really just mystifying and light sensation in your body of movement. And it's so dreamlike. It's like I'm in a dreamscape, and it's just, it's just magic. Yeah, we're listening to that again. And that cut off at the end, so clean. They all just cut off together, and even though the sound does linger in that very gentle reverb, it's not because a voice is still continuing, and it doesn't feel sloppy in any way. It's just that gentle reverb carrying you off into the rest of this dreamscape. Oh, just magic. When voices can do this, you just put an arduous effort into creating something truly magical. It makes my heart sing. It's so lovely. I can definitely see why you guys wanted me to react to this. This is just so lovely. You can tell the work that went into this kind of music, and you can just feel the care and the tenderness that went into this. Sensational. I loved this. I absolutely loved this. And this is being added to my playlist. Oh my gosh. Just lovely. Just lovely. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments, even if I might not heart or reply to all of them, so please just know that your comments do not go unnoticed. And I do take them into consideration as I make future videos. My live streams are currently Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and even though that might be subject to change in the future, I will absolutely let you guys know if that is the case, but until then, that is the time. Typically there, we just talk about philosophy or ideas, or you guys get to question me and get to know me a little bit better. And I also keep the live streams up on YouTube, so if you guys want to check those out just to get an idea of what the vibe is, they're there for your enjoyment. I deeply appreciate all of you being here. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.